let's move on to some states and show you the numbers from those states. So what I'll do is I'll spend more time on states where there's actually some change visible. So for example, if we take West Bengal, and the important caveat here is that the West Bengal data happened before the recent RG car episode and all the protests that have happened since. But according to this data, between the Lok Sabha elections and now, the TMC's seat share in West Bengal has actually gone up by 3. The BJP's seat share has come down by 4. But I think if you poll now, it could be different. It could well be different.
And we promised the audience, because Rahul, you have just sent the questionnaire, we are going to poll on this particular unfortunate incident, not just nationally, but a particular sample within West Bengal as well. So in the next round of the political stock exchange, we'll bring you the data. But yes, you are right that this poll happened before this unfortunate incident happened, and today the numbers from West Bengal as well as the approval rating of Mamata Banerjee, both might be in a debate.
I want to come to Bihar now. 40 seats in Bihar in the Lok Sabha elections of 2024. The BJP had 12 seats. The Janata Dal United and the Lok Janshakti Party taken together had 17. Now the BJP's tally is projected to go up to 15. The JDU, LJP from 17 to 20. The RJD and the left coming down from 6 to 4. Why do you see that happen in your data? This is a 6 seat if you add the allies and the BJP taken together. The NDA up 6 seats from the Lok Sabha elections.
It's just the more turnout and the more polarization further. I mean, it's somehow the way the alliances have worked over there. All is not going well within the camp of RJD, it seems. There are problems within them. Tejasvi, by the way, still remains the most popular face within as a chief ministerial candidate within Bihar. But arithmetic of Bihar is altogether different.
I now want to do something very fascinating. What we've done is a cross-tabulation of the data on incumbency performance across the poll-bound states. So stay with me for a moment. I want to explain why this is consequential, and then I'll present the data to you. If I show you how the government of Haryana is perceived, by itself, what you can deduce from that is limited. But when I compare Haryana with Jharkhand or Maharashtra, then the data throws up a picture about whose chief minister is more popular or less popular, where is anti-incumbency more or less. So we'll do a cross-tabulation, and this will really show you kaun kitne pani mein in the assembly election bound states. So I'll take question number 1 in this cross-tab on are you satisfied with the performance of the state government, and I've culled here data just for the states that are going to elections. So on the question of how satisfied or unsatisfied are you? Now, I want to start with not satisfied at all. That's important to me, because if somebody says he's not satisfied at all with a particular government, it means his chances of voting for that party are very low. If he's not satisfied at all, he's likely going to vote on the other side. So it gives you an indication of where anti-incumbency is highest. So if you look at this, in Maharashtra, anti-incumbency, I'd say, is about 33%. In Jharkhand, 37%. In Haryana, anti-incumbency is at its highest. 44% of the respondents saying they are not satisfied at all with the current Haryana government. That is problematic. See, what happens to the numbers in the middle? Satisfied to some extent means, okay, so it's kind of okay, but not very exciting. So I could ultimately end up voting for the government, or I could vote for the opposition. So those are the numbers in the middle. But basically what this data set shows is that the level of anger, Rajdeep, against the Haryana government of Nayab Saini is the highest. Interestingly also, the level of anger against Eknath Shinde's government in Maharashtra is lower than against Hemant Soren's government in Jharkhand. Eknath Shinde is happy. Everybody writing me off. I'm not doing badly. Nayab Saini is saying, "मैं तो अभी आया हूँ यार, मेरा खराब कर दिया."
मेरे को तो बैटिंग का मौका ही नहीं मिला. The nation very closely are not just Eknath Shinde but his supporters. They've been tweeting away that he is now the Neta number 1 of Maharashtra.
Why has that happened?
Because you see, look, where did Eknath Shinde come from? 2 years ago, hardly anyone knew of Eknath Shinde, even within Maharashtra. He was not, even a pan-Maharashtra figure. Suddenly he emerges, and most people thought he will last 6 months, 12 months, chalegi, nahi chalegi. He's managed the government to the point where they are going into the election with him as the face.
Rajiv,
so I think let's give credit.
Glass half empty scenario. just Rahul mentioned the confirmed non-voters who say they are disappointed. Okay. So if you look at this data with a confirmed voting scenario, look at it this way. Haryana has 44% people who are sure unlikely to vote for the BJP. On the extreme left, 27% are likely, confirmed. When you look at the confirmed pro-government votes, the minimum number are for the Maharashtra. I mean, I'm just saying that. No. So, confirmed non-pro-government votes are there in Haryana,
sure.
But confirmed pro-government votes are minimum in Maharashtra.
No, but let's be honest. Shinde, Rahul has been in power for 2 years. On the other hand, there's been a BJP government in Haryana for 10 years.
10 years.
9.5 of which were with one leader, Manohar Lal Khattar, who eventually had to be brought to Delhi. Clear sign that anti-incumbency existed on the ground. So I think there's a recognition. I think what these numbers are showing is a recognition of what the BJP knows is happening on the ground. On the other hand, in Maharashtra, you had so much of churning taking place. Yeah. You've had 3 chief ministers in the space of 5 years. Shinde, in a way, is trying to project himself as the driver of these welfare schemes. He's benefited. That doesn't mean that the alliance will benefit. This is what I told some of Shinde's supporters who rang me up. I told you that we are in the race. I said it doesn't mean that. It means that you are certainly in the race. It doesn't mean you're going to win.
Don't write him off. Yeah, please.
Don't write him off.
What you say is because you have to focus less, I think, here on the politicians and more on the polity. The people of Maharashtra and the people of Haryana are diametrically different. And I'll give you an example. Rajdeep, yesterday you said that voters in my state, if you confirm Maharashtra is your home state, are transactional, right? Now the voters in my home state, it's only about 2 things. It's mooch and lut, which is respect and power. And the 2019 election, somewhere down the line, was a mandate which was against the BJP, because the JJP was thought to be against the BJP and they came together. So, and we discussed in detail on what are the factors which come together against the BJP now. So it's a kind of a perfect storm. So that whole respect and that, power of this one particular community is very, very strong right
Let's
now.
Extend that to the second question about how people perceive the chief ministers, the incumbent chief minister, and how is he perceived. This again will, if Eknath Shinde is watching, he'll be sending Rajdeep lots of sweets and dessert, because he actually seems to have high approval rating. The number of people, the percentage of people saying they're very satisfied with Eknath Shinde is substantially higher than the percentage of people saying they're satisfied with Hemant Soren or with Nayab Saini in Haryana. 35% of the respondents in Maharashtra said they are very satisfied with Eknath Shinde. In Hemant Soren's case, it was 25, and Nayab Saini's case, it's a low 22. Let's now come on the other side. Not satisfied as well. Ye to pura negative vote hai. The guys were not going to vote for you. 40% say, nah, nahi dena bhai BJP ko. In the case of Maharashtra, only 28% are saying not satisfied at all. In the case of Jharkhand, 35% are saying they're not satisfied at all. The big confusion, the ambiguity, the ambivalence is in the case of the voters who are satisfied to some extent, because as a certain percentage they can fall in either of those 2 corners. The 2 numbers in the extreme, not satisfied at all with Nayab Saini, 40%, and satisfied with Eknath Shinde, 35%. This Raj Chingappa is quite interesting. There are many, even in the BJP, nahi yaar, inse nahi ho pa raha, inke bandon ko to humne jita diya, ye apna wo trans. There was a lot of negative buzz around Eknath Shinde. The data suggests you can't write him off.
No, I'd like to ask Yashwant this question, because we were doing the national mood of the nation poll, right, which need not consolidate and come into this kind of drilling down to the state level and actually get it correct. So when you take these numbers, what is the percentage of people you're actually polling? Because in the big poll that you're doing with us, it's phenomenal, right? Yeah. In this, I'd be very curious to know what percentage of that is finally reflecting in this poll. Then you can comment on these numbers. Otherwise, you might have
no. These numbers are stable, Raj, because they are part of our tracker numbers.
All right.
Because we ask it every day. So the rollover sample for any state would never be less than 3,000 samples for getting, which is statistically robust to gauge on any given one day. So the thing is, these numbers, particularly that how satisfied are you with the performance of your MP, MLA, these always have a very, very robust and stable number. The thing with Maharashtra in particular is, I guess that Eknath Shinde is also lucky because of the fact that unlike other states, the opposition leadership is not really celebrated either. What I'm simply trying to say is that after the last assembly election, the way the mandates were insulted, that entire thikra of insulting the mandate is not only for a BJP and Eknath Shinde to share. It is also on other parties, those who broke the rank and file.
It's not good news for Devendra Fadnavis. If Eknath Shinde emerges in this fashion,
but that's been, you know, the fact is there's a big buzz. There's a big buzz that Devendra Fadnavis could well come to Delhi as the next BJP president. There's a huge buzz about that at the moment because look, what's happened in Maharashtra is the politics of the state has been completely broken by what's happened over the last 5 years. You've broken parties, leaders, MLAs. 2 out of every 3 Maharashtra MLAs have been in more than one party over the last 15 years. I don't know any other state where this might have happened to this extent, a large state. So there's been so much of churning. Devendra Fadnavis from 2014 to 2019 became the first Chief Minister of Maharashtra in 40 years to have completed a full 5-year term. What did because of the sudden churning, he got caught on the wrong side of it. And he struggled to recover since. He's still been, many perceive him as the most able administrator. But today, the tag of breaking parties is associated with Devendra Fadnavis. Someone from Sharad Pawar's faction said something very interesting. He said for years, Sharad Pawar was seen as the ultimate chess master, breaking parties, switching sides. Now that tag has gone on to Devendra Fadnavis.
And that may not be the right thing, good thing for him.
And for the BJP, that is bad news because the one state where the BJP had become a party number one, I said this yesterday, is Maharashtra. For 10 years they won. Now the challenge is, can the BJP become party number one? Because if they cannot, then where we started off with Rahul Gandhi, that too will change. For Maharashtra becomes
being the party number one is something which they are going to be challenged by the Congress in Maharashtra. As I mentioned BJP might become a party number one. As far as the vote share is concerned, it is very much possible that Congress might become a party number one when the seat share is concerned.
See, this is what yesterday when we projected the numbers for Maharashtra, Lok Sabha numbers, there was not any differential, right? It was
almost at par.
It was almost status quo as it happened in June 2020.
Lok Sabha.
The Lok Sabha. Now you're seeing a variation of some kind. So that needs to be explained because you are also taking off from this. Right? So what is that thing? Second is, can we look at Eknath Shinde alone? Because as Rajdeep was also pointing out, Fadnavis is such a force. So is he being propelled? What you're getting, the popularity votes that you're getting is also propelled by the fact that you have an experienced administrator behind. If he is by himself, he may not have got that kind of thing. Is he also under the glow of Fadnavis?
Well, first of all, the Devendra Fadnavis numbers individually within Maharashtra as the chief ministerial candidate, that has taken a backseating. I mean, so obviously Eknath Shinde is also getting a buoyancy because of the BJP support, because they see that okay, isko to CM banaya hai, to banaya hai.